You have to be strong enough to endure these things. You have to approach women. With today's social media, she's constantly being hit on. Women are always in the game. You have to stay focused. We are men. That's what we do. Good morning. Well, actually it's afternoon here. Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. Glad you could join me here today as I come to inspire, enlighten, and build up humanity. Although sometimes what I have to say here may piss a few people off. But what I've found out in life is the truth that I need to hear, that I don't want to hear, coming from someone usually pisses me off or makes me think of that person as ignorant or think that whatever he has to say is ridiculous. So whenever I'm emotionally triggered about something that someone says to me or maybe to someone else, I really need to look within inside myself. What is it the truth about that bothers me that I don't want to accept? That's not always the case, but most of the time it is. Today I'm going to talk about the storms of life. But first, like and subscribe. And welcome to my two new subscribers, 1,382. Thank you for joining us in our journey. And it's my journey, but I've had most of my journey, and I come here to share with you some of the things I've been through that I hope will help you in your journey in life. I had mentors since I was I guess I had mentors from the time I was about 15 that taught me things, but some of the younger mentors I had, they taught me some things that were good, but we partied a lot and drank a lot and did a lot of drugs, so I can't say they were as fruitful for my life as the later mentors I had when I turned about 30. But I'm talking about the storms of life today. We all experience storms of life. Difficult times, disastrous time, seemingly insurmountable times, depressive times, discouraging times. What do we do when we go through these times? Well, the key word there I used is go through. Not run away from or back off or avoid, but go through. You're always going to be going through something in life, whether it's a good time, a bad time, a fun time, a sad time. But if you go through it and feel the emotions, now as a man, there's a time and a place for expressing emotions. If you're a married man and one of your children gets killed in an accident, your wife sure as hell doesn't need to see you falling apart. She is going to look to you for strength. Now, does that mean to suppress your emotions? No, it means to express them at the proper time and place with the proper people or by yourself. Women need you to be strong because, as we know, women are not as emotionally strong as men. Now, it's going to piss some people off. But it's true, and if you've been married or you've had relationship with numerous women, you realize that when they go through their time of the month, they're very unstable. I mean, at least that's been my experience, and I've had 4 marriages and been in several long-term relationships and a lot of short-term ones. And anytime a woman is going through her period, she is very emotionally unstable. Now that doesn't necessarily... I can't think of the word. That doesn't necessarily apply to all women, but the biggest majority it does. They look to you to be their rock, their mountain, their strength. So when you go through these storms of life, if you're by yourself, you don't have to worry about that. But if you're with a woman, or if you're just a single father, your kids don't need to see you come home from work when you've just lost your job of 20 years that paid great and it was supporting all of you, for you to walk in the door and start crying and sobbing about how you don't know how you're going to make it. Do you think that's an unselfish thing to do for your kids? Contrary to what some of the narrative in society is today that tells you need to express yourself as a man, be vulnerable. No, there are times you need to suck it up and be a man. I've had people call me a misogynist, a man from the 13th century. Someone told me the other day to crawl back in out of the rock I crawled out from. And many terms such as that because of my traditional moral and ethical values about life. But I'll stand by them. I don't care what these people say. That's their opinion. They have a right to their opinion. But most of the time when they attack me with their opinion, they don't just disagree with my views on it, they attack my character. And that in itself is a feminine trait. Have you ever watched a debate between a man and a woman? If the man starts getting the upper end of the debate, the woman will actually start attacking the man's character, which has nothing to do with the subject they're debating. So there again, the man needs to remain calm, stable, and use his rationality. That is the aspect of a man that is very valuable, his ability to use logic and reason even when the emotions are welling up inside of him. As when you're going through these storms of life, you are going to have tremendous emotional turmoil within you. As a man, you need to handle that. Now, I'm not saying you handle it alone. We all need support. But you don't always have someone with you. That's where it really comes in handy to have a belief in a higher self, a higher power, God, divinity, nature, life force, whatever you choose to call that power that is greater than yourself. I believe it resides within all of us and in everything that lives, in everything. Everything is metaphysical or spiritual, molecules or energy. Everything is energy. And somehow or another we are connected to a superior energy, if you like. And this helps us in these storms of life to think, there's some good in this, and I am being protected by this, and I'm being brought through this, so that when I come out on the other side, my life will be better, I will be stronger, and I will be more expanded. I will be a more durable and powerful person, able to serve others and help others better, and able to receive more into my life, should I desire. All these storms of life are for you. They're not happening to you. They're building you up. If you search within, if you look within for the answers, everything you need to know lies within you. Although sometimes you need to talk to someone about it so it can reflect back to you what you already know. There's a certain principle that if you share this with a mentor or a friend, a struggle you're going through, he doesn't have to say a word. And when you finish talking to him, you will know what the answers are, because you always have the answers within you. Although sometimes they're hard to find. Impossible to find if you blame outside people and outside circumstances for your troubles in life. You will never find the answers you need by looking out there. Anything you fix out there, which is not first fixed in consciousness, will not endure. Something to remember. The old saying, if you inherit $1 million, you better become a millionaire, is very true. You won't have that money long because the millionaire has a certain consciousness. And if you gain that consciousness, even if someone took the million away from you, you would have it back soon. Because you have the consciousness of a millionaire. You draw those things to you. Just like you drew these storms of life to you for a reason. If you have a goal, if you have a purpose, a destination, an end result that you're striving for, then these things are happening to take you to your goal. You can't see the big picture, so you don't know the best way to get there. Sure, you can make your plan, and that's good to plan. Write your goal down, make a plan. But when you head off in the direction, there are going to be so many things that happen that seem like they're actually taking you away from your goal. But the reality is they are preparing you for the achievement of what you desire. So remember that when you go through the storms of life. If you'd like to get my help personally, you can contact me at my website, marksinspiration.com. If you'd like to donate to the channel, hit the PayPal or Cash App link in the description. Leave a comment in the comments section. I'd like to hear what you guys are thinking, what you have to say. If I can help you with something through a comment, I'll be glad to answer it. Take care. Have a great day.